On today's episode, we're doing our very first KCBS event ever.
It's 4 a.m. and we are at our first ever KCBS. We just started the brisket drum. Now I'm going to go ahead and season up the brisket. Start with a layer of that base. We'll go over with a light layer of Southern Belle. Then with a medium coat of Southern Hospitality. I've got my brisket on one of these mesh racks here. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold this over, and we'll do a light layer of black pepper over top. So this is a KCBS, and we don't really know exactly what they're looking for on the flavor profile, but we're just going to run what we've been running because that's basically just what we do. We'll see if they like it. So I am going to go a little bit lighter on the black pepper just because I don't want to overwhelm anybody. Typically, if I'm in South Texas or if I know that I'm cooking a CBA, I'm cool with going pretty heavy on the pepper, but we're just going to keep it simple here. A light layer is going to do just fine. So I also have my point over here. I'm going to go over top with a lighter layer of that base, and then Southern Belle, and then Southern Hospitality. So I'm going to focus pretty heavily on the color of this. Make sure that I get a nice color, and I'll wrap it early if I need to. That's not a problem at all. I do want to make sure the bark sets, but I want like a nice red color on these burnt ends. I don't want to go overboard on them. Then we'll flip it, do the same exact thing to the backside. Currently it's 4:13. I think I said it was 4 a.m. right when we started, but we started right at like 4:05, I think, or something like that. My voice also probably sounds awful because we just woke up. I noticed that in the last couple of videos when we started early. My voice doesn't sound that great in the morning, so sorry about that. And that's all there is to it. At 4:45 a.m. we're gonna start our flat right over the water. I'm sorry, our flat went over the fire and our point is right here. We're gonna start it over the water. 4:50 a.m. Gonna go ahead and season the backside of my ribs. There's already that base on it from last night. We always season on the backside with that base first. Medium coat of Belle. Then we'll go with a heavier coat of Hospitality. And just like we've been doing, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some oil to the backside of these. And the reason is because I wanna flip them over. I wanna season the top side without losing any of my seasoning. So you guys look real closely, you'll see I'm not losing any seasonings on my flip. So now on the top side, I do have to hit it with that base. Light layer. Lighter layer on top of Southern Belle. Then over top with Southern Hospitality. This is our main layer, so I'm gonna go a lot heavier on this. At this time it's 4:55 a.m. and again I just want these seasonings to start working on that meat, draw out some moisture, and then just rehydrate some of these spices that we actually have in our seasonings. These won't go on until 6 a.m. I'm about to season pork and do the exact same thing for the same exact reason. So now with my pork, what I'm gonna do is I already seasoned the top with that base. I'm gonna go ahead and light layer of Belle. My pork and my ribs have a very similar flavor profile. Obviously, if you guys can't really tell, I'm running the same exact seasonings on them. What I'll do in the end if I want is I can add some Hospitality to give it a little pop of flavor, but I'm not too worried about that. I feel like, you know, it usually tastes really good on its own, but I do have the option to add some Hospitality if I want to. I'm typically only seasoning the top sides of these. I'm not flipping the pork over and seasoning the bottom or anything. I will flip this money up, get that, but really, that's gonna be it. Okay, it's 5:52 now. We're gonna go ahead, start putting our racks of ribs here on our grate. This is just the way I prefer to do it. Squish them together a little bit. Hopefully get a nice even cook. There we go, that's 2, and that's 3. And we'll go straight on the drum. We're gonna go ahead and put our pork on as well. We're not gonna put the monies on just yet. This is our full pork butt that we did trim down pretty good, but we're gonna want this on first. Right at 6:30, I'm gonna go ahead and put my money muscles on now. Just gonna go ahead and put them opposite of our full pork butt. Then I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this so it starts over. Not necessarily the fire, because today I'm running a deflector plate, but I'm gonna run it over the spot that does not have the water pan first. Right at 7 a.m., I'm gonna go ahead and put my point into some foil. Liquid here for the wrap. We'll throw in. It's right at 7:03, so we're just gonna go ahead and put this back onto our brisket drum and let it continue to cook. So far, everything's going pretty good. I haven't had any issues with my drums or anything like that, so let's just keep rocking and rolling and let this get nice and tender. All right, time is 7:52. I put the ribs on at 6. We're gonna start to wrap. So I've got 2 pieces of butter here. We're not gonna change anything on our flavor profile. We're gonna keep running what we've been running all year long. Then I'm gonna go over top with the trusty Blues Hog Original. Before I put them down, I have a few crispy parts right here that I don't necessarily want. Not a huge deal, but if I could take it off, I will. All right, go ahead and flip this back over. Color looks really good. I'm happy with the color for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the same thing to the top side. So we're gonna go sugar in the raw, well, except for the butter, because the butter's on the bottom. We're gonna go sugar in the raw, and then we're gonna go with Blues Hog Original. I have double foil. Gonna kind of meet up top here. Try and make it as even as I can. Meet up top here. Do a couple of folds. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be right on top of the actual meat itself. So I'm just gonna try and do that. I'm gonna pour in some liquid. That's one rack ready to go. I kind of like folding it over like this just because it makes it really easy to pick up. You guys can kind of see I got little handles here. So we're just gonna repeat this process for every single rack of ribs that we have. Got some liquid we're gonna pour in. All right, one of my racks of ribs is saying it's around 210 degrees. So I'm gonna pull this off. We're gonna see what we got. Looks like it might be a little bit off. Not a huge deal. We'll look at the back side. Looks and feels pretty good. Let's go 10 more minutes on that one. Might as well take a look at the others. Probe's already out, so we're good. Whoo, that's hot. It's real hot. Oh yeah, those look more done. Yeah, I'm gonna pull those. Let's go ahead and check on this last one. I don't think these are done. Yeah, they smell good, but I don't think they're done. Nah, let's let those go for another 15 minutes. It's currently 9 o'clock. We'll check these at 9:15. There's only one rack done. So at 9:15, I'm gonna check this one. At 9:10, we'll check the other. I like these 6 right here in the middle. Maybe that one too. I like that one. I like that one. I like this one.
I see that's a good front one.
This is a good front one.
That's a good front one, yeah.
I think this one is fine if we do it like this. I think those are good. We'll put these on top right here. Those on the bottom. Those are straight. These are a little more crooked, but they look really good. That might be a little tough, huh? What do you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little too tough? So don't even worry about it then, huh? All right, last one. 28 minutes. We still have time, we're good.
Gulf Coast smoke.
And the 10th place brisket was our absolute saver for the day. Unfortunately, we didn't do as good as we wanted to on our other proteins, although we thought that all of them turned out really, really good. It was a head scratcher for that pork. I really don't know if we had the 85th best pork in the whole event, but sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and get on to the next one. We're going to be competing again next weekend just because we can't take this L for very long. As always, we really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.